Okay, so the next thing that we want to look at is how do we set print area, right? Now, when we say setting print area, most of the times when you take Excel, when you try to print the a sheet in Excel, right, it wouldn't cover up all the pages that you have. So you see a portion will just be selected. So sometimes too, if you just want to select only the area that you want to print, you can also do that using the print area. So to do that, first you will you will have to highlight the area that you want to work with or the area that you want to set as a printing area. So I will start by highlighting from the number. So from number up to total and then down here like this. So when I'm done highlighting, so I'm using the second sheet, which is the market sheet. So when I'm done highlighting, I will come to the page layout tab, right? So right at the page layout tab, there is a group that we call the page setup. Then there's a ribbon that we call the print area. So this ribbon, which is the print area, I'll click on the drop down, then I'll click set print area. So immediately I click on the set print area, it means I'm trying to activate the area that I have highlighted as the printing area or the area that I just want to print. So if I issue the shortcut Control P and then the system moves me to the print preview section, I will see this area. So let's go Control P, which is for print. So immediately I hit on the Control P, the print preview will come on the right side. The machine is slowing down a little. Okay, so this is the print preview on the right side. So you see the area that I highlighted is the only area that is shown here. So sometimes it does happen. You can have a whole lot of information on one page, but you just this is only applied in Excel. But you just want to highlight a section or a portion where you want to print, right? So that is how it is done. Now, if you want to remove or clear the print area, when you come back, you see after hitting the Control P, let me do it again. After hitting the Control P, you see, and then the system displaying the print preview, we saw this arrow here. So this arrow simply means we want the system to take us back to the sheet that we are currently working with. So that is where you're supposed to click to take you back to your sheet, right? To your sheet, and then we are back here. So you see, it's still highlighted because we highlighted before moving there. So let's say we want to remove that print area. So here, the ribbon here, I'll click on a drop down, and then you will see clear print area. I will click on it. So once I click on the clear print area, everything that portion that I have highlighted will now vanish, right? That portion that I have highlighted will now vanish. So right now, when I hit Control P, even though it will capture that area, it means that all the areas under under this part, so under this area down there, getting to down, all that places should also be printed or seen on the A4 sheet, right? So here, after doing this, now the next thing that we want to look at is how do we place a password on your Excel file. So let's say this is my Excel file, and then I want to put a password on it. That whenever I try to open, no one, it will request for a password. So no one will just be able to just access the thing like that. So here, quick one, if you want to enforce a password, you need to come to the file tab. So when you click on the file tab, you will see here info. You click on the info, and then the info will give you protect workbook, right? So in the protect workbook, this one, you click on the drop down, and then you see encrypt with password. So you click on encrypt with password. Then you enter the password. So let's say we are using 123456. So 123456, and then we will click on OK. Then you re-enter to confirm. So 123456, and then we click on OK again. Now once you are done, you need to click on save. So here you will see, after open you see save, you click on the save, and then it will ask you where you want to save it. If the file is having a name already, you don't need to go through this process. But since it's not having, we've not saved, we need to come here. So let's say browse. Where am I keeping it? So let's say, let me click on browse. When I click on browse, it will open the file explorer interface. So here where I have documents, I want to give it the name my sheet like this. Then I click on save. So once I click so my sheet, and then after clicking on save, it means it has saved. Now I'm going to close this and then try to reopen. You see it will ask me for a password. So I'll come here, then I'll click and close. This is the sheet I created. I think it's inside documents. So I'll come to documents, and it's here my sheet. So I'll double click. So before it will open, it will request for a password because of the password that I enforced on the sheet. So here, let me key in the password. So you see it's requesting for password. So 123456. I hit enter before it will open. So if you enter the wrong password, it means it's not going to open. So if you want to clear the password, the same thing, you need to come to the file tab. Then you see protect documents, you click. Then you come back to the encrypt with password, you click on it. Then you see the password written in there, it has been encrypted. We just backspace everything. And then you click OK. Then you click back on the save. So it is done. So after doing this, now let's look at the next one, how to insert a chart, right? Which is for analyzing. So we use the chart for analysis. So for example, if when we say analyzing data, or there is something that we call visualizing data, right? When we say visualize, it means you are representing data with charts, graphical features to make it meaningful to end users. So here we are going to use the product name and then the total price of every product, right? So this is what I mean, the product name and then the total price, to draw a chart. That is a simple chart, right? So we want to draw a chart that, like in the form of a column chart or a bar chart, that will indicate the price ranges. So that one will be able to detect the one that is expensive, the one that is very cheap. So before you do that, first you need to point your cursor on the title, that is the product name. Then you highlight from that place up to the last product, that is knife. When you highlight the first one, then you press on control. So the control on the keyboard, you press and hold. Your finger should still be on the control. So while your finger is still on the control, you move your cursor to the total like this. Then you also drag to select from that place up to the 140. Then you can now remove your finger from the control on the keyboard. Then you move your cursor back to the insert. You click on insert tab. Then you see we have a group that we call charts over here. There's a group that we call charts. So these are all couple of plenty charts that we have. So we are going to use the column chart. So this ribbon represents column charts. So you click on the drop down like this. We have the 2D, we have the 3D, we have the 2D bar, 3D bar. We want to use the 3D. So the first one, which is the 3D clustered column, that's the one we are using. So we'll click on it. So once we click, you could see a small chart has been indicated or is displaying here, right? Good. Now it is not advisable to have your chart on the same area where you acquired the data. So you need to move the chart to a different sheet, and that's what we call the chart sheet. So here, while the chart is still highlighted, you come to, you see by default, whenever you insert any new object, it opens a new tab. So you see the tab here is called the chart tools, right? We have the design and then we have the formats. So here we are under the design of the chart tools. So you come to the last group that we call the location, right? And then you see move charts. Then you click on the move charts. So once you click on the move chart, it means you are moving it to a different area. So we have new sheet and then the object in. So new sheet, you click to choose the new sheet, then you give it a new name. So what you have there is by default is chart one, you backspace, and then you make it, let's say, product chart like this, and then you click on OK. So quickly to move from there, and then it will move to a new sheet with the name that I have just entered. The machine is kind of slow, so let's wait more and see. Quickly, it has to move to a new sheet. A new sheet known as product chart. What is wrong with this machine? Okay, so you could see down here we are seeing product charts, right? Good. So we have the information here. So you could see the charts, the prices on the left, and then the products below here, like this. And then it's having a title called total. You can change that title displaying there, right? But by default, it will give it a default name. If you want to change it, fine. So this is how they insert a chart in Excel or they analyze it. You can also change the design. So let's say if the design that you have, you don't like it, you can equally change. So up here, under the design, we have what you call the chart styles. If you want to change the style of the chart, you can click on this drop down. It will give you a whole list of styles that we have. So let's say if it is style 6 that you want to use, you can choose that one. If it is this style, if it is this one, any of the styles available, you can just pick and then you click to apply. So style 5, so let me move to the style 6. So I'll click to select, and then now look at the appearance of it. Very nice. You can also change the colors. So beside it, you could see change colors. When you click on the drop down, there are some colors here applied here that you can choose to change the appearance to. You can do that. Okay, so that is how to change, how to insert a chart, how to change its colors, how to set print area, how to enforce a password.